All right, y'all, let's talk about it. Tonight is game 6 of the NBA Finals between the Miami Heat and the LA Lakers. The last game, the Miami Heat won by a score of 111 to 108. And quite frankly, I was so pissed off. I ain't even want to make a video right after it, y'all. I was pissed. And y'all know why. Y'all know LeBron James is my dog. I'm riding with him till the wheels fall off, no matter what. So I'm rooting for the Lakers to win. And I'm watching that game, and I saw what was going on. And I was heated for several reasons, right? First of all, let me give props to the Miami Heat. They went and balled out of their mind. They hooped. I can't take that away from them. They went and played a great game. Jimmy Butler had an excellent performance. Well, without question, I ain't gonna deny that. Y'all see me make the video saying Jimmy Butler overrated. Is Jimmy Butler a superstar now? No, I still don't think he's a superstar. If he somehow finds out a way to win this series, I will say he's a superstar without question. I will come on here and tell y'all he's a superstar if he finds a way to win this series. I still don't believe he's a superstar for several reasons, right? Why? I feel like he's not because of that performance in that game 4, right? Game 5 he played big. Game 4, not at all. And I always felt like if somebody is taller than Jimmy, as long as you don't foul him and you stay on the floor, you put your hands up, he'll have a hard time scoring over you because he doesn't really have an offensive repertoire, offensive package as tough as other players, right? And the other day he was getting buckets, no lie, he was. But he was also getting to the free throw line as well. That's a skill though. That's a skill to get to the line, and he knocks down his free throws, right? So I think too, when a player sees the ball going into the bucket so much from the free throw line, they get into a rhythm, and he got into a hell of a rhythm, no lie. He balled out. But I still don't think night in, night out that Jimmy is a guy to answer every single problem that you have offensively. That's just me. If he proves me wrong with the rest of the series, I will give him that nod without question, right? The problem with that last game, why Miami won the last game, Duncan Robinson had 26 points and hit 7 threes. That's the issue. Duncan Robinson is a role player. Yes, he plays his role to a T. He does it very well. He's a three-point specialist, and he worked his magic last game. But there was a lot of times during that game where he was open for some shots. And y'all know, I know he got a quick trigger, so he's just going to knock down some shots no matter if it's a hand in his face or what. But Duncan Robinson, he came through in his, KCP and Caruso, they was leaving him open at times, having a hard time staying with him for whatever reason. It was times they was bumping into each other, leaving guys open for three. It's like, bro, what is going on? Like, he can't, Duncan Robinson, like Jimmy can go for 35. Duncan Robinson can't go for 26 like that. Y'all can't get him and Tyler Hero can't be snapping and going off. But they shooters are that lethal where you can't double Jimmy Butler because you know you have guys who can knock down shots at a high volume. Guys who are knocking down their shots at a higher rate than the LA Lakers shooters. So it's a problem, and the Lakers got to stay with that. Then you have the occasional three from a guy like Jay Crowder, so on and so forth, right? Then you cannot allow a performance like that from LeBron James to go to waste. LeBron finished that game with 40 points, 7 assists, 13 rebounds. He was playing at an all-time high. It was times throughout that game, at the end of the game, that ending stretch where the Lakers couldn't buy a basket. And LeBron James had to go and match Jimmy Butler and match the Miami Heat score for score. He had to come down and match them. And I'm looking at him in year 17 like, damn, this dude is out here otherworldly. And he was trying to deliver the exclamation point to get him up out of there, right? Unfortunately, they fell short for several reasons. Excuse me. I'm going to say this. Danny Green, I don't know. Danny Green ain't played well all bubble. All bubble, he ain't played well. He ain't knocked down shots all bubble. And I'm like, fam. You know, I know guys have bad games, and I know guys don't make every shot. But he has been very, very abysmal throughout the bubble. Like, seriously. And at this point, I'm sitting there like, man, do you want to go to somebody? Do you want to try something else? I'm thinking in my head, y'all remember when they signed J.R. Smith, right? And y'all know y'all going to call me crazy. You're going to call me all type of whatever. When they signed J.R. Smith, I said, man, this can give J.R. a chance to redeem himself by hitting a big shot and, you know, making people forget about his blunder in Game 1 of that 2018 NBA Finals, right? And this could be a hell of a chance. If Danny not hitting his shots tonight, you're gonna have to try to get JR in there and try to just see what he could do. You're going to have to see if he can come and deliver some magic. You got him on the team for a reason. I understand. You like, look, you just signed him for extra help, whatever. But, hey, if Danny ain't on, you got to try JR and see if he can deliver some magic for you. You got to just see what happens. Seriously. Because at this point, he's just not playing well. He's not. Kyle Kuzma, I thought he was going to be a third piece to the puzzle. This year, Kyle Kuzma ain't been playing well. Like, he's just looking like a fish out of water. Like, he's just out there. Finished with 7 points on like 3 of 10 shooting, something like that, 3 of 11 shooting. He's not looking like the answer at all. So you got to just come and give different looks. I got to give KCP his props because I used to give KCP so much hell last season because I just felt like KCP was playing like a scrub. But this season, I'm going to tell you right now, it's been times KCP ain't had no good. He had some bad games. But it's been times where he hit shots to where he helped the Lakers win, especially during this playoff run. I ain't gonna never doubt that. KCP then came up big for the Lakers at pivotal points. Even during that Game 4 win, he came and delivered big points in the clutch, and that's how they got up out of there to get the 3-1 lead. KCP had 16 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. But the Lakers, man, their role players have to knock down shots. They have to. They must knock down shots for them to win this game. Last game, let's talk about the end of the game. I'm gonna get right to that, right? LeBron James takes the ball, drives to the cup. He's gonna draw all the attention. Everybody comes in and he has 3 guys swarming him, closing in on him right there to try to block his shot, to try to alter the shot. He does the smart thing, the right basketball play. Kick it out to the open man. Not only just any open man, an open man who's supposed to be a 3-point specialist. Now I know Danny's been struggling, but everybody knows Danny is a 3-point specialist. He done this with the San Antonio Spurs. He done this with the Toronto Raptors. He's a 3-point specialist. That's his job. So that's a high percentage shot, especially for him. And LeBron know that. He draw all the attention. Guys, 3 guys honing in right here all on you. You can't throw that shot up there. Throw that shot up there. That's bad basketball, fam. That's not a good shot at all. So the smart thing is to kick it out to the open man, a 3-point specialist. And Danny Green was nowhere close to making that shot at all. Nowhere close, nowhere near making that shot. And I'm like, bro, what? Like fam, the shot was nowhere near close. Marquise Morris gets the rebound. He get the rebound, and I don't know what he on. Like, he tried to throw it in and lob it in to AD. I'm like, bro, no, you already know AD already hobbled and like, nah, fam. I'm like, he should have just kicked it right back out, passed it right back out to either KCP over there, and Danny Green was right open again at the top of the key. Like, let him try again or something. But anyway, either way it went, man, it ended abysmally, like horribly for them. It didn't, like, I'm like, oh my God, that last play was terrible, especially when I'm seeing LeBron James play like a goon. A gorilla out there, and then they come down to that, bro. I'm like, come on, fam. Then Marquise Morris talking about my bad. Yeah, fam, we know it's your bad, bro. Don't, like, man. Like, oh my God, bro. But Danny Green, man, if he would have just knocked down that shot, it would have been signed, sealed, and delivered. And he's a specialist, man. But unfortunately, the shot is absolutely crazy. People get on here talking about what Kobe and Mike would have did. Kobe would have did this. No disrespect to the late, great Kobe Bryant. Kobe would have took that shot, and it still would have been a terrible ass shot. Let's be real. That would have been a horrible ass shot to take. You know what I'm saying? 3 guys swarming in on you. That ain't no good shot, fam. That's not good basketball. It's not. Like, and then if you would have missed, y'all would have been like, oh, he ain't Mike because he ain't make the. Y'all know how y'all do, man. It's a lot of fake Laker fans out here, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell y'all, I'll tell y'all all the time. I'm only rooting for the Lakers because LeBron James over there. I root for my boy wherever he go. But it's Laker faithfuls that really want him to fail so they can say he's nothing near Kobe Bryant. But it's like y'all got to do it on y'all team that's trying to help y'all franchise. Deliver a 17th title. Like, y'all got to do it on here trying to deliver it, and y'all really secretly rooting against him, which is absolutely crazy. But it is what it is, man. And when I heard people say, you know, Kobe Bryant would have did this and that, so on and so forth, I watched a video from my man Aweezy Bang, right? Y'all go check him out. AWEEZYBANG. Especially the Bron fans, go check out his channel. He's a big Bron fan, but he be talking some sense. He be talking a whole lot of sense. A whole lot of sense on his channel. Salute to you, brother. I subscribe to him. So he put up a play on Christmas Day This is when the Bulls played the Lakers. I think this is the lockout year, right? The first game of the season, I believe. Kobe Bryant has the ball, drives to the cup with like three or four Bulls defenders all in his grill. Take the shot and get blocked. End of the night, end of the game, they got up out of there. They lost the game. It's not a smart shot. You want to force it and play hero ball tactics? You ain't gonna come with the outcome that you want. That's not like three dudes swarm you. Like, come on, that's a horrible shot for LeBron to even try to take. Why wouldn't you kick it out? Danny Green's supposed to be LeBron, John Paxson, B.J. Armstrong. He supposed to be that guy. He supposed to be the guy that knocked down that shot. You know what I'm saying? Steve Kerr. He's supposed to be that guy. Unfortunately, the shot didn't go down. The shot didn't go in. You know what I mean? So, now it's time for the Lakers to go back to the drawing board, man. You got to not back to the drawing board. You got to come out here guns a-blazing tonight. Anthony Davis finished with 28 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists. However, he was hobbled in the last game. I don't know if AD going to be on a bad wheel tonight. I'm not sure, right? But you got to give everybody good looks. You got to try to change up the rotation. Frank Vogel changed it up a little bit. Try to see what JaVale can possibly give you. You know what I'm saying? Try to see what JaVale can possibly give you so you can create a different look. Create a different look. See what he can give you. See what he can show you. You know what I mean? And because length is to your advantage, for real. Bam Adebayo had a terrible game last game, right? And I know Bam finished with 13 points, but he had 4 rebounds, 4 assists. He's missing a lot of shots at the rim. He didn't look good. You got to take advantage of a game where he doesn't look good like that. You got to get that done. And when you still have Bam as your center, you're supposed to expose that, right? And Frank Vogel, put them bigs out there, expose that, for real, for real. And if you got to if AD is still spry, have him guarding Jimmy. I believe like that will create a problem for Jimmy. Shooting over a taller defender. Like, again, he doesn't have the offensive repertoire to come pull the moves off that a Steph Curry them could do. Shooting over guys bigger than them, so on and so forth. It still would be hard as hell for Steph to shoot over AD because AD not one of them uncoordinated big men. He not one of them uncoordinated as big men that got sloppy feet, that can't really move and all that. No, he's still agile, still quick, got good lateral movement. So he's a guy that can still cause problems for smaller guys. You know what I mean? Wing players, even some guards, because of his length and his mobility. So you try to use that to your advantage if you can. I'm thinking from the Lakers. You know, people said this. My boy Derek told me he wanted LeBron to guard Jimmy Butler down the stretch. I said, Derek, this is year 17 for LeBron James. He cannot keep defending guys super hard as hell all through the end of the game, through the ending moments, and then try to come down and score. The Lakers players wasn't hitting their shots. He had to be the scorer for them. He had to come down there and deliver a basket and a response every single time. So that's why they put Markieff Morris on Jimmy, because they knew LeBron cannot exert so much. It's only so much energy he can exert and still have to come down and give a reply at the other end of the court. When your other players are not hitting shots, they're not knocking shots down. They not knocking shots down. You gotta. He cannot be trying to come down there and score every single time and then defend Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Not at this point in his career. When he was year 10, year 11, hell yeah, he could do that. Hell yeah. Year 10, year 11, hell yeah, he could do that. Now, he can't exert that much energy. You know what I mean? He got to come down. If the team on, yeah, he can do that. If the team ain't on and he the only one that got it going, he got to come down and he can't guard Jimmy. He got to come down. They got to put somebody else on Jimmy, Markieff Morris or somebody, AD. And then let LeBron come down and deliver. AD's much younger. And if LeBron got a high hand, you gotta let LeBron ride it out. So yeah, man. But that was a hell of a game. My heart was racing, like I'm about to have a dang on heart attack at the edge of my ottoman, sitting at the edge of the ottoman, like, oh my God, fam, what's about to go down? Like, really, bro? Like, you know what I mean? But if AD is physically hampered somehow, LeBron is going to have to come out with a gauntlet. And he's going to have to come out with a vengeance. Because the Miami Heat's momentum is high. Their confidence is high. You got Jimmy Butler guaranteeing a win tonight. When you got guys doing stuff like that, you got to get rid of them. You have to get rid of them as soon as possible. You have to come out and deliver a statement. You can't come out lethargic. You can't come out all lackadaisy. You can't come out like, we just gonna try to hear la 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 la. No, you got to come out here on a mission because they're going to be on a mission. Again, Duncan Robinson is a role player. He can't go off of 26. He can't. That's the reason why they won. Right there. Caruso and them not being able to stay with them. They getting caught on screens or bumping into each other, so on and so forth. Like, you can't have that happening. You can't have that happening. And you got to, of course, the Tyler Hero and they're going to hit some big shots. But they 26, though? Duncan Robinson? Nah, bro. That can't go down like that. You cannot have it go down in that type of way. But that's why the Lakers lost. You had Duncan Robinson give you 26, right? And tonight it can't be Tyler Hero with no 20-something performance. You got to be able to negate that as best as possible. They gonna hit some shots, but 20s though, nah, bro. They can't be riding into the 20s. Duncan Robinson especially can't be riding up in them 20s. Tyler Hero got more of a not all around, but his game is more developed and more. I can see him getting 20 more than a Duncan Robinson. Like, nah, he can't be doing that. He can't. Caruso had 3 points in 23 minutes. Dwight Howard only played 15 minutes. Kyle Kuzma, 7 points in 22 minutes. So it's like, man, you know, Lakers got to try some different lineups to see what other type of looks they could get. And see what works. And if you got to put JR in, if Danny Green ain't hitting his shots, what else can you? Well, hey, man, just try it and see what happens with JR. I feel like, you know, he's waiting for it. He needs a redeeming moment. So people can't hang that over his head all the time. He needs a redeeming moment. And what better way to redeem yourself than to help your team win a championship by hitting big shots in the clutch, hitting big shots in the game. So we're going to see what they do with it, man. I'm still riding with the Lakers. I want Bron them got to get them up out of here, though. You can't get them momentum riding into a game 7. That's something that you don't want. You can't get them house money. You can't. The odds are already against them. They the super underdogs. People were saying they was cooked. They was over with. It was done. It's finito. Stick a fork in them. It was over with. So they playing off of that. They playing off of that. Everybody against us against the world. You know, that's their little mentality. That's their mentality right now. Jimmy Butler is and he's helping to install that into the other players, letting them know everybody against us, so on and so forth. Then he come out declaring a win. LeBron James gonna have to put pedal to the metal and he gonna have to put his foot down, and he's gonna have to deliver a performance. If AD ain't playing, if he ain't up, if he any type of physically hampered, LeBron gonna have to have a great night. But it can't just be him, though. I'm saying that and still knowing the Lakers still gotta hit their shots at the end of the day. I'm saying stuff about LeBron, but at the end of the day, if the Lakers ain't hitting their shots, if they had a lot of open shots last game, and maybe Lakers missed a whole lot of open shots, especially in them last couple of moments, them last minutes, them last 5-6 minutes, they missed a lot of good baskets. They just missed them, you know. And they gotta hit them shots, man. They gotta hit them shots for them to pull off this win, man. But they need to do it tonight. Machiavelli Mills TV. I'm out. Peace.